In 2016, we had the soul-sucking sex comedies Kya Cool Hai Hum 3, Mastizaade and Great Grand Masti.
दोनों के पास ऊपर वाले का दिया हुआ नीचे वाला टैलेंट है, उसे वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए।
We also saw Love Games, which was going for deliciously perverse but was just unintentionally comic.
So basically, do I fuck the husband first or you fuck the wife?
Nothing can match these movies for sheer awfulness. But you don't need me to tell you that. Instead, let's talk about the year's biggest disappointments. Films that came with expectations and then failed to deliver. These for me were the epic downers of the year. At number 5, Rock On 2. Eight years ago, we fell in love with a ragtag rock band named Magic, with Adi, Joe and Katie, or Killer Drummer. I was pumped to see these characters back on screen, but Rock On 2 was a damn squib. The sequel wasn't actively bad, it was just so bland that it became impossible to care. Debutant director Shujat Saudagar was hobbled by the convoluted script by Abhishek Kapoor and Pabali Chaudhary. The action moved between Mumbai and Meghalaya. The landscapes were stunning, but the logic was limp. And even though composers Shankar Ehsaan and Loy created a few high notes, the soundtrack wasn't a patch on the original. There just wasn't enough magic here.
ये था तेरा नया magic? This rubbish?
At number 4, A Flying Jar. The film presented what is probably the world's first Sikh superhero in film. A man whose costume is stitched by his mom and who, in between feats of courage, needs to stop at the sabzi mandi to pick up Loki for mama. This could have been a lot of fun, but director and writer Remo D'Souza made an insufferable film. The biggest offender was WWE wrestler Nathan Jones playing the baddie Raka. His patent dialogue, "I have a black soul, Ruh meri kali hai." It was utterly exhausting. At number 3, Mirza. Mirza was a miracle of craft and technique. The cinematography by Powell Dillis was breathtaking. The visual effects, production design and costumes were striking, and the music by Shankar Ehsaan Loy was memorable. Every frame was painstakingly constructed, but the story and characters were so inert that the film never came to life. Despite the obvious hard work that was poured into the project, Mirza remained a beautiful, lifeless mannequin. At number 2, Barbar Dekho. Barbar Dekho was a mystifying experience. It started with this lovely montage of a grand romance and ended with the chart-busting song Kala Chashma. The problem was everything in between. The film was essentially the cinematic equivalent of a Hallmark card, with all these characters imparting life lessons. So wise Pandit says, "Badi badi baaton pe nahi, choti baaton pe dhyan do." And a sagely professor of mathematics declares, "Balance ke baghair koi equation perfect nahi hoti." No kidding. Anyway, how seriously can you take any film in which Siddharth Malhotra is a professor of Vedic mathematics? Despite the gloss and beauty, Barbar Dekho remained a desperately flawed film. It was a slog to sit through this even once.
मेरे से पता क्या हो रहा है? मेरे को actually कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है. पता नहीं मैं कहाँ सोता हूँ, कहाँ उठता हूँ.
Why are you behaving like a lunatic?
And the number 1 disappointment of the year is Mohenjo-Daro. I'm sure that director Ashutosh Gowarikar started Mohenjo-Daro with a grand vision, a sort of Amar Chitra Katha meets 300 meets Bahubali. The film had talent and sweat, ambition and scale. So it was heartbreaking to see this labor of love turn into unintentional comedy. For one thing, the headdresses that the characters were wearing made it impossible to focus on the narrative. The evil Pradhan of Mohenjo-Daro wore this gigantic one with horns. Chani, the leading lady, was partial to this ridiculous feathered contraption. And even the regular citizenry seemed weighed down by all that weight on their heads. The film veered between being bewildering and just bad. Even the industrial strength sincerity of Hrithik Roshan couldn't save it from being an unmitigated disaster. What were your biggest disappointments? What did you like and what did you absolutely hate? Send me your list at thefilmcompanion@gmail.com. Have a wonderful year. I hope 2017 is filled with great films. So the next time you think I have a great job, just remember this list. I have seen all of these films, so you don't have to. What you have to do is subscribe to Film Companion.